want to talk about this as well. This is such a key point, people, that so often we are told that sun equals skin cancer. And just like everything else, there is so much nuance here that I want to unpack. And I think, like you're saying, it has to do with diet. And I want people to refer back to the conversation that I had with Cate Shannahan. I think it comes back to the oils that we're eating. And that when Mark Bell improves his diet, he's eating less vegetable oil, less oxidized polyunsaturated fat. And if you really look at the data, there's some pretty intriguing stuff out there that I will show you guys in that slideshow. Again, I'll go back to that, but I want to highlight this one thing to really blow people's minds. So this is an article from the Journal of the American Medical Association, or the, this is different, this is JEADV, but this is Skin Cancer Risk in Outdoor Workers, a European multi-center case control study. So the main cancer people worry about is melanoma. Now there is squamous and basal and actinic keratoses, but they looked for the association between outdoor work, which would be a lot of sun exposure, and all of these different skin cancers. And what they found was there was no association, no significant associations were found for melanoma. So for the worst skin cancer, the one with the most severe prognosis, this study and others have shown the exact same thing, that people who have chronic low-level sun exposure actually have a lower risk of melanoma, right? So melanoma, the worst skin cancer, is probably not associated. Now, to be fair, in that study, people who worked outside more had a higher incidence of squamous and basal cell. Yes. Where do we get squamous and basal cell from? The mainstream dermatologic narrative is that we get it from sun exposure, therefore we should never be exposed to the sun. This viewpoint doesn't make any sense because we know there are valuable things in the sun that we really probably can't distill down into a pill. I think that's a false thing, and I'll show you guys why in a moment. Now, but I think that the hypothesis here, which I believe strongly, is that it's all about our diet. That if the majority of people in this European study in which they saw an association between sun exposure and squamous cell and basal cell cancers and actinic keratoses are going to be eating vegetable oil. And this interesting anecdote that I've heard over and over, the N is big on this anecdote, is that when we change our diet, when we remove vegetable oils, when we go to a carnivore diet or carnivore-ish or higher quality diet, people burn less. And I think it's because we're changing the vegetable oils. And if you think about it, what is every cell membrane of your skin cell made of? It's made of lipids. And if you have lipids in that membrane that are more susceptible to oxidation from the sun, then you are going to be more susceptible to burning and damaging DNA. We know this to be a fact.